The South African wool industry is one of the country's oldest agricultural industries and provides a high-quality, environmentally sound product which meets the needs of the local and international textile industry. The clip is predominantly a merino clip, and on-farm classing and clip preparation is of the highest standard in the world. South Africa is a diverse country as far as natural resources are concerned. A variety of sheep breeds producing high-quality merino wool has been developed over the years to adapt local requirements. Because of the availability of a wide range of microns and staple lengths, South African wools can be processed into a large and diverse range of fine wool apparel products. Virtually the entire South African clip is also tested and certified by the Wool Testing Bureau of South Africa for mean fibre, diameter, vegetable matter content and clean yield in accordance with procedures laid down by the International Wool Textile Organization. South African wool is marketed domestically by either the auction system or private treaty. Auctions are centralized in Port Elizabeth and take place on a sample basis once a week during the season from August to June. A high priority for South African wool grower, the clean green approach is a natural business ethic. Increasing worldwide antipathy towards any form of pollution and stricter regulations, particularly by the European Union, is putting pressure on the wool industry to eliminate chemical contaminants and ensure the pesticide-free wool products reach the market. Contamination poses as a serious threat to the long-term sustainability and profitability of wool sheep farming and the wool processing industry worldwide. More than 90% of the South African clip is exported to mainly Europe and China, and the industry is committed to national and international promotional initiatives to ensure that wool maintains its rightful share in the textile fibre market. The SA wool industry is also an active member of the International Wool and Textile Organization to furthermore keep track of global developments and trends.
The South African wool farmer has been producing high-quality apparel wool for 300 years in South Africa. Generations of passionate wool growers have been producing wool which gets exported to China and to Europe and finds its way into the high-quality stores worldwide.
The most important structures in the industry are the Wool Forum, the policy-making body representing the various affected groups in the industry. Cape Wools, a non-profit organization established by the Forum as its executive arm, responsible among others for statistics and market information. And the Wool Trust, a discretionary trust that looks after the industry assets and ensures that these assets are utilized to the benefit of the industry as a whole. Founded in 1926, the National Wool Growers Association of South Africa has developed into a countrywide organization consisting of 6 area branches with more than 600 sub-branches. The NWGA has a voluntary membership of more than 10,000 farmers, and the membership base produced more than 80% of the national clip of just below 50 million kilograms of wool annually. On a provincial basis, the Eastern Cape is the largest wool-producing region, followed by the Free State, the Western Cape, KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga. The core goal of the NWGA is to increase the cost efficiency of wool production systems through production advisory services, training and development. Members also receive up-to-date relevant information by means of the NWGA's monthly publication, The Wool Farmer. The National Wool Growers Association performs a very important services plan to ensure a sound production technological environment for all South African wool farmers. The main objective of the production advisory services of the NWGA is to be directive and coordinative in the wool sheep development, assisting farmers to improve their income from wool sheep production.
The mission of the National Wool Growers Association is to promote profitable and sustainable wool sheep production in South Africa. This mission is strongly supported by 6 strategic objectives involving the policy and legislative environment, the institutional environment, the production and market environment, the establishment of a strong producers organization, and finally constructive training and development programs to improve the knowledge and skills of all farmers and farm workers.
These services focus on farmers' needs, which are addressed through various group-based development initiatives, including study groups, on-farm demonstrations, new or improved management systems in a production-friendly environment for breeding, feeding, appropriate problem animal control, as well as health and pest control. The promotion of appropriate clip preparation standards emphasizes on contamination and to improve the marketability of the national clip. More than half of the 10,000 NWGA members are black communal and emerging farmers, producing 12% of the national clip. These members have representation on all levels of the NWGA, allowing for participation of all wool producers up to the highest level of decision making, including government and organized agriculture.
The interests of the communal farmers are represented on all structures of the industry in South Africa.
Previously in the communal areas, the ill management of sheep of poor genetic quality, lack of individual land ownership, and the shearing of sheep by untrained shearers using substandard equipment resulted in the harvesting of poor quality, contaminated and unclassed wool sold at extremely low prices. In order to assist these farmers, the NWGA Training and Development Program was launched in 1997 in the Eastern Cape and Free State with the aim of creating sustainable and profitable wool sheep production.
We were keeping sheep as a custom, but now we know that we have to keep them and make money out of them.
Through this program, farmers are organized and provided with practical training in sheep management, veld management, wool production and wool marketing, as well as sustainable utilization of resources. The provision and upgrading of infrastructure and equipment are also provided to participating farmers. The identification of research needs which are specific to communal wool sheep farming areas also receives priority attention. A key part of this program is the RAM project, which consists of two distinct processes, namely the development of group breeding schemes and the large-scale introduction of quality rams, at least 3,000 of which are provided on an exchange basis annually. The partnership between the NWGA and essential organizations, along with approximately 300 communal sheds and more than 6,000 farmers participating annually, has caused South African communal wool farming to take its rightful place in the international market.
National Wool Growers Association uye wasinceda kakhulu wasiphucula kunye namagosa singabantu ngokabaphucukileyo abakwazi ukuzinceda sikwazi ukunceda namakhaya ethu especially abantu abangoomama sinenxaxheba abasinike yona sidlala indima enkulu kakhulu ukufuya umbutho wegusha.
Trained shearers are vital to the wool harvesting process, and the NWGA established a National Shearing and Wool Classing Advisory Committee in its vision for a coordinated thrust towards providing the South African wool farmer with a world-class shearing service. As part of the current production technology business plan, a successful shearer training program is in place, training between 600 to 700 shearers annually on different levels of advancement. Shearer training is given on request within the priority framework determined by the shearing industry through the SA Wool Shearing and Classing Advisory Committee. This program includes hand and machine shearer training of recruits, the intermediate and advanced training of employed shearers, as well as the training of shearers in communal areas.
And currently we've got over 300 shearing sheds which are being concentrated on by the National Wool Growers Production Advisors. We want to take those ones to be fully fledged commercial wool producers.
Courses adhere to the quality standards required by the Sector Education and Training Authority for Agriculture, or Agri-SETA, with the NWGA being registered as a SETA accredited training provider. The South African Qualifications Authority oversees training standards on a national scale within the National Qualifications Framework. To motivate shearers to reach the highest levels and to promote sheep shearing as a career, regional competitions are held annually under the auspices of the South African Sheep Shearing Federation, with the secretarial or administrative support from the NWGA Shearer Training Section. South African shearers perform exceptionally well in the international shearing arena and has already produced a number of world champions at the Golden Shears World Championships. The National Wool Growers Association plays a leading role in the profitable production of wool in South Africa to ensure that the future of the wool industry is firmly established for communal and commercial farmers. We also recognize the role our partners play in our success. They are Cape Wool's SA, national and provincial departments of agriculture, local governments, brokers, buyers, Commark Trust, Agri-SETA, tertiary institutions including Grootfontein Agricultural Development Institute, Elsenburg, the Veterinary Faculty of the University of Pretoria and others, the Agricultural Research Council and international institutions, Parasol and Wellcome Trust.